Child, let's go ahead and get into it. Tamar Braxton just don't get it, okay? Not only do she have beef with folks outside of her family, but she also has beef with her very own family. Both sisters, okay? Towanda and Tony, okay? We have definitely seen what has happened between these two, okay? Well, these three. But I gotta add Kandi up in there because Tamar responded to Kandi and then posted and deleted it, honey, and we have to get into it. Tamar, honey, you just don't get it. Anyway, let's go. Okay, listen, so this video is not going to be long, but I thought that it would be good to do this video because, again, I just feel like Tamar don't get it. But then also, too, I feel a certain type of way about Towanda and how Towanda moves. And so we're going to talk about that briefly as well. All right, so lately, Kandi and Tamar has been in the news. Tamar has some things to say about Kandi's restaurant. Kandi did an interview with Bryce from Entertainment Tonight, and here's what happened. Okay, let's start with Tamar, and then let's go to Kandi's response, and then let's go over Tamar's response to that.
Nobody has yet to say how nasty old lady gang is. Nobody. Why? And that is a known thing here in Atlanta. Like it's something like nobody is saying, yo, where we going to go eat? Bitch, let's go to old lady gang. Who? Oh, bitch, that steak from Blaze was banging. What's the name of the person? Where they at? Now let's just be honest. Are we being honest? Is we everybody got their head down. See everybody, y'all scared too? Listen, because I'm just being honest. This is what the premise of the show is. Now, y'all done read She by Sheree. The lady done called the girl Sheen by Sheree. The lady done dragged that lady till her wig came unglued on the side. Okay? But nobody said how terrible the service is at Old Lady Gang. And if your food come out cold, you got to pay for it anyway. And if your food is wrong, you got to pay for it anyway.
Right now, are still thinking about doing it somewhere else.
Okay, could bring it back. You got all those restaurants. You can, invite Tamar on to.
You will not be bringing her in my interview.
Nobody is saying, yo, where we going to go eat? Bitch, let's go to Old Lady Gang. Who?
Can you believe that she's still on you?
I'm not playing games with clowns. Like, I'm not finna be in the circus with you, sweetheart. Like, we're not doing that ever again.
Love that.
Okay, so we heard Kandi's response to what Tamar had to say about her restaurants, okay? So this is what Tamar posted on her Instagram. Now, if y'all can remember correctly, during this particular season that Shamari was on, if I'm not mistaken, it was season 11, season 10, somewhere up in there, 10 or 11, one of those. Y'all will correct me in the chat. Well, listen, they did like this sing-off between the two of them, okay? And Kandi sung, and folks have their feelings about how they feel like Kandi sounds. But this is what Tamar decided to post. Now, Tamar, I want you to remember one thing real quick.
Do you feel it in your soul? Yeah. No, when it's right, you don't let go. You don't let go. Even for so many
would just think Tamar might want to tread a little lightly, but check this out. So I decided to see what the people were saying. So here's one perspective. The reason why Tamar doesn't like Kandi is because she's jealous of her success. Kandi is booked and busy. And then someone else decided to say this, and they said Kandi is mad that Tamar is obviously a subscriber to She News by Sheree. Y'all know how that goes, okay? Y'all remember She News, okay? Sheree called herself, doing the thing. But anyway, anyhow, I wanted to get, kind of both sides of what was going on here. I said that I believe that their beef, they will always be up and stuck when it comes to what they have going on, and it's just no surprise to me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Tamar beefing with her very own sister, Toni Braxton. Okay, now I do feel a little bit of a way about this. Listen, all of this I think is publicity for the show. The show is getting ready to come back. They are currently filming for the show. So to me, I think all of this is specific clout for the show. Okay. So remember, this was the thing. Toni posted this. She said, wanted to repost the gorgeous picture of you, but I'm blocked again. Anyhow, happy birthday, Tay. And then Tamar responded and said, or you could have called #gaslighting. While I agree that she could have called, I guess if I try to make a post and notice that I'm blocked, I'm not going to call you either. I don't know. I don't feel like, I got to go out of my way. But then again, Tamar posted these text messages between the two of them. But to me, again, if I figure out that I'm blocked on social media, then I'm probably blocked on the phone. Now, I don't understand. Anyway, that was just me. That was me. So that was that they had going on. But then you have another situation. All right. Miss Towanda is marrying her partner, Sean. Okay. Y'all know that Towanda and Sean has done some interviews. They've, done a couple of things. Well, it looks like it's being reported by the Jasmine brand. Shout out to the Jasmine brand for this. But it looks like it's been reported that Towanda had a wedding, okay? And I've seen some comments on Twitter, but this says exclusively that Tamar was not in attendance. I'm not really shocked by this. I'm not. Because here's my thing when it comes to Towanda and Tamar's relationship. I feel like both of them are just, I feel like they both gonna always go at each other's head. I feel like Towanda, and this is just my opinion, you don't have to agree with it, but I feel like Towanda is a gaslighter. I feel like Towanda is also one of the true villains, because I feel like, Tamar is not gonna ever live that down. But I feel like Towanda is one of the true villains, and I just feel like a lot of people don't see Towanda for who Towanda is. So as you can see, here are some pictures from her bridal shower. Trina was the only person that was at a bridal shower, looks like, from the family. I don't see Toni, and of course I don't see Tamar. And from what I found out, she did not invite Tamar to her wedding. Now, I must say this as well. I truly believe that the wedding will be featured on the new season of the Braxtons, the show. But I don't know, something about her and Towanda. I'm not surprised that she didn't show up, and I'm not surprised. And listen, I'm not showing up to nothing that you don't give me a solid invite to. Okay. Now, here's Trina and Vaughn and Child. Okay. Anyway, Trina is one of my faves, but I feel like Trina, have her thing as well. So what we do know is that the controversy from the niece coming out here, Michael's daughter coming out here and exposing the fact that, some things had happened when she was younger. She received allegedly a cease and desist, and we do know that she is filming the new season of the Braxtons, which I feel like is very like I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm hoping she don't slip up and say nothing that she ain't got no business saying. And Tamar is the one that is bringing her on the show. I think that it is going to turn out to be something ugly because they gaslit Tracy's son this first season, and honestly, let's just be honest, y'all want to have no storyline considering that this is pretty much what y'all discussed, the relationship between Tracy's husband and the sisters and what they didn't allow, what he didn't allow, all of that. Child, it's that same old dry mentality. But child, let's revisit Tamar getting into it with Craig, and let's revisit what she had to say. And child, this is really all I have. Y'all let me know. Drop down in the comments.
So I would like to say that there's opinion because you hold my feet to the fire about giving my opinion about how I feel about things. But then you get on this platform and say what the fuck you want to say, and then you want my sister to hold me accountable about my opinion when you're doing the same thing, and I'm just confused about that.
Okay, let me clarify some things. Okay, that's he got to clarify. He got to.
No, I'm tripping.
No, he got to.
It's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. But the difference is I'm going to validate one. Because I like you.
Now wait, sister, wait. That's how, sister, you like it. Now you do like it.
I do.
And I like you. And I like you.
So what is the difference between what you do?
Okay, here's what I want to say. Hold on, y'all let my two sisters have their one day. Not too much, bitch. Let me say this. First and foremost, it is not my intention to try to tear you down in front of these people.
Are you sure?
I want you to listen and not interrupt. I didn't interrupt you. I just want you to listen. I just want you to listen and not interrupt.
But you interrupted me, but that's okay.
Did I?
You did and did.
Okay, sister, let him get his point across now. Come on, Craig.
It should be in front of all these people.
Okay, I'm going to let you finish and then I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Girl, say it.
Don't give me girl, because I didn't disrespect you.
You sure you got your titties out?
Don't give me girl. If you give me girl, if you give me girl, I'm going to cross the line. Sister, you're trying to get the water of disrespect. No, I'm trying not to go there with you. I'm trying not to go there with you. And so what I was going to say, sister, let it get it out. This is a part of what I was saying about you on the show. I said on the show, if you and I were friends in real life, I said you and I have a rapport, we've talked on Instagram, but if you and I were friends in real life, these are the things that I would say to you, because for me, in my real life, and I have real friends here in the audience, I can't be friends with you if I can't be honest with you. Let it finish. Part of the problem is, you don't like constructive criticism.
Bitch, I don't know that girl.
You see, now it's girl, now it's bitch. Now if I put you up in here, then it's a black man tearing the black woman down. If I put you up in here, then it's a black man tearing the black woman down.
And it's been buzzing around Twitter. Everybody been discussing the interchange between you and Craig on the Fact Talk. Now, first of all, I love the fact that you went back up and you gave him a hug. Because the fact, it's a lot of drama stuff that's going on, but the fact that you went up there and you concealed that shows a lot about your character.
It was a complete misunderstanding. I really showed up to be gay and be with my gay friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being honest.
No, you fine.
No, I'm serious. And I'm not trying to say be gay in a derogatory way. Like, everybody in my life is gay.
Yeah.
And so, we thought we was going to comedy night. We showed up, saw stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It really first started out for me light and fun. And I didn't know calling him girl, because, I didn't know that was offensive, because the show was called
Fact Talk, yeah. But no, and then that's one of the things, because a lot of people that's a part of my community, because we love you, Tamar.
Yeah.
But it was very disappointing to hear somebody that was an ally, and then we hear, because one thing that people get mixed up is that, like, when it comes to heterosexual women who, represent us, and we show much love to do. No. When it comes to heterosexual women that we befriend, sometimes when they get upset, the first thing that they might say the girl, they might say offensive.
That's my natural talk. Girl,
yeah.
Girl, bitch, what, girl? And we there to be gay.
Right.
And so you can't pick and choose who you're going to be gay with, girl.
True.
You know, not you, girl, but girl as in girl. So
I'm a bad girl, bad bitch too.
Show talk.
You know.
A little back and forth this weekend with Craig Stewart.
I didn't mean it.
You didn't? Do you feel like you went a little too far by calling him a bitch? Because some people are.
No, and let me tell you why. We were at a gay event, and I was with my gay friends, and that's how we talked.
Tamar, I know you're watching because I see your text messages coming through here. And you're saying in these messages that this is about to get ugly. And you're going to sue me? See, this is why it's where it is now. Let's go back to the very, 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 very beginning. And I have said so many times, I like Tamar. Tamar, I like you. And what I said on the show initially was, Tamar has created this persona where we know her more to be a reality star that's always into it with someone, more so than we know about her music. That's what I said. I also said, when we talked about the Braxton family values, when it returned to WeTV after Tracy passed away, God rest her soul, I said, the show really isn't boring. I mean, it's kind of boring. They don't really, to me, it doesn't feel like they're really speaking to each other honestly. It feels like they are tiptoeing around each other. And then you could see it's evidenced in the way that they're filming it. Tamar and her mom were filming over here. The other sisters were filming over here. There were moments where they all were together, but it was just when they were in a therapy session. And so my thought was, let's just not do the show. It's already pulled this beautiful Black family apart. And Tamar, I don't know how many of these episodes you've watched of Fag Talk, but I consistently talk about loving Black people. I consistently talk about loving Black women. I consistently talk about protecting Black women, but not in a superficial way. Not in a superficial way, in a real way. Not just protecting Black women from violence from men or from the police. I talk about protecting the mental capacity. I use my platform to promote Black pain, Black people being hurt, shot, beat up, fighting, cussing each other out. I don't post any of that because I understand the power of social media. And I understand that other communities, Jewish in particular, they're very protective of how they're shown in the media. And so I don't contribute to that. And so I felt like you, Tamar, tried to attack me because you didn't like the truth that I spoke on this show as it relates to my perception of the show, the Braxton family value when it came back, and my perception of how you are showing up in the world. I think you're uber talented. I think you are uber talented. And what I said on the show, and I will say it again, if you and I were friends in real life, the same way that I lecture her is the same way that I would lecture you. Because I think that's what friendship is about. And all I was trying to communicate to you on the stage that night was that we are not that familiar. And so if you've been around gay people for years and you have gay friends and you are truly an ally, then you should have respected the boundary that I set. I set multiple boundaries that night. I said, do not call me girl. And then you said, bitch. And I said, now you're treading in the waters of disrespect. And then you said, well, you got your titties out. So for the people who were not there, who said, oh, well, he's just overreacting. We say girl all the time. Who is we? Because the cisgender, natural born women that are in my life who are friends with me in real life, they don't call me girl. And I don't call my female friends bitch. Now, I don't know what some of you gay people do. I don't know what Tamar and her friends do. That's your business. That is fine. That is not a judgment. But for me, I set a boundary and she went around that boundary. Now, I thought that when she came on stage and apologized, that it was sincere. And I said, and she's still texting. Now she's texting, leave me alone. I thought the apology was sincere. Mo, put the pictures up, please. I hugged her. This is backstage. I sent this text message before you move it. I said, she came on stage. She said to me, I apologize. I didn't know that was offensive. I was not trying to hurt you. Da, 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 da. She said all those things. I said, I accept your apology. I accept your apology. And then the very next day, I woke up in New York City and social media was abuzz. I got text messages and phone calls from people that I haven't spoken to in years. It was all over social media. I never even really thought about this being a viral moment or becoming a viral moment. That was not what I was thinking. So the very next day when I was aware that this is what happened, I sent Tamar, that's my message in blue. I sent Tamar a message and I said, afternoon, I know you're working today, because she had told me backstage when we were here, she said to me that she had a 12-hour day the next day. I said, I know you're working today, but I want you to know that I accept your apology. And we are not feeding into the social media chatter. I posted this picture with a caption. I said, have an amazing day. And I put a heart. And she put hearts and she put a smile. That was sincere. That was from my heart. Because again, when I sit here or when I sit on my own platform, you can take it down, Mo. Actually, put the pictures up where we hugged on stage. And this is when she said what she said, and we hugged. She was apologizing here.
Child, if you think about it, it all really makes a lot of sense now, right? I told y'all Tamar don't speak for the community. She is not a part of the community. And I really think she wants to be validated in this community because the majority of her friends are in this community. But I think all of it is uncalled for, to be honest with you. I do think Craig has been the nicest person during this trying time because he's crazy. And then let me also say this too. Shout out to Craig for not going there, okay? And he really tried to not go there with Tamar and go along with everything, but Tamar allows social media to be a part of whatever it is that she's doing, which is why I think she wanted PR and press for their show. They're filming their show right now. So listen, I'm not saying that this is going to be on the show, but I do find all of this to be completely interesting. And I really want to know how y'all feel, okay? Because I had to give you guys an update on this, especially dealing with her and Craig, because I think it is all bananas. But again, I would like to know how you guys feel about it. Please leave your comments down below.